I'm Diane McGowan, probate judge. This video explains the legal responsibilities a guardian has to the person he or she is caring for, as well as to this court. The reason you're watching this tape is because you're being considered or have already been appointed as guardian over another person. I want to be sure you understand what this means. The law defines a guardian as someone who's been qualified and appointed by the court to care for an incapacitated person, who's called a ward. When this happens, it means the court believes you to be a capable and responsible individual who will look out for the best interests of your ward. A guardianship places a special trust in you. It's one of the most important responsibilities a person can be given. A ward is an incapacitated person who requires someone else's help. A ward may be incapacitated due to mental illness, mental deficiency, physical illness or disability, advanced age, chronic use of drugs, chronic intoxication, or other reasons, to the extent that he can no longer adequately care for himself or his property. As an appointed guardian, you'll be concerned for your ward's physical needs, health, and general well-being. But keep in mind that the most skilled guardian will let the ward maintain just as much self-sufficiency as possible. In a sense, this may require even more work and discipline on your part. Remember that your goal is to preserve the dignity and independence of your ward to whatever degree is possible. The process of becoming a guardian is a legal one, and there are certain procedures that must be followed in every case. First, the court must determine that the ward is in fact incapacitated and in need of a guardian. Then the court must find that the potential guardian is qualified to serve. The process all begins when you petition the court for guardianship. This petition sets the legal wheels in motion, so to speak. First of all, it's very important to be sensitive to other people who may be interested in these proceedings. That's why, when you petition for guardianship, you must give notice to family members and anyone else that the judge may require. Another legal requirement is that the ward retain an attorney or have one appointed by the court to represent her interests. Many petitioners for guardianship feel that this expense is unnecessary, but keep in mind that the reason the court requires it is to ensure that the best interests of the ward are always protected. When the court receives a petition for guardianship, it will appoint 2 examiners to report on the ward's condition and make their recommendations to the court.
So you've lost some weight. Have you been eating okay?
Well, not really. I've been kind of eating out of jars lately.
Jars? You used to be such a good cook. What's happened?
I know it, but my knee's been hurting me, and I just can't stand on them long.
What about your hands? They look a little swollen. Is that tender?
Mm-hmm.
Squeeze my hand. Does that hurt?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
A court-appointed visitor is also sent to the person's residence and reports back to the court prior to the guardianship hearing.
So that's when you asked Laura to start taking care of your bills?
Yeah, I'd forget to pay them, and then that's when they started shutting things down on me.
How would you feel about her taking on even more responsibility for you?
I can't say that I feel good about it. I'm sorry I'm so much trouble to her, but I realize I'm not doing a very good job managing for myself right now.
Finally, the hearing takes place, and if the judge deems it necessary, a guardian is appointed. When you accept this position, it means that you must perform certain duties, including the filing of an annual report each year. It also means that the court will continue to have authority over you as it relates to the guardianship. So having your ward's best interests at heart are not the full extent of your newly appointed responsibilities. You must also keep up with your obligations to this court as well. Some of those responsibilities are dealt with in this video and in the written materials you'll be given. Others may be discussed with court personnel as the need arises. Of course, anytime you have concerns or questions, we want you to know that you can always feel free to discuss them with court staff. Now let's consider some specific duties and responsibilities that you may face as guardian. If your ward is living with you, you're responsible for that person's care and comfort. You'll also be taking care of her clothing, furniture, vehicles, and other personal belongings. Guardians often make medical and healthcare decisions for their ward. This may include major hospital-related decisions in addition to regular checkups. Of course, you'll want your ward to participate in these decisions to the extent you feel that she's able. All guardians must report to the court at least once a year regarding the physical and mental condition of their ward. This report is submitted on a special annual report form which you can get from the court. It will ask you if there's been any change in your ward's physical or mental condition, if there's been any newly arisen healthcare needs, or any clerical updates such as change of address. You're generally required to file only once a year, and in most cases you can fill out the form in less than an hour. If there's no conservator for the ward, which is someone who's specifically appointed to look after the ward's property and assets, then as guardian you must also report to the court about any financial matters that you may have handled. For example, if you are managing the ward's Social Security benefits, you will need to account for that money. If you are the guardian, but someone else is the conservator, then you must report to the conservator regarding those funds. If you are a guardian and also conservator for the ward, you must report to the court on all financial matters that you've handled. The conservator video outlines these responsibilities in much greater detail. In any case, you will probably want to keep a monthly ledger that itemizes expenditures. It's an easy method that will save you a lot of time in the long run. A sample ledger is included in the handouts that you will receive. And remember to keep receipts and other important papers which the court requires or which you want to discuss with the court in a safe place. Remember that your ward's money can only be used for her direct benefit, such as expenses arising from her general care and medical needs. The court may need to approve a monthly budget for your ward before her money can be used. Some special expenditures require court approval for them to be legal. For instance, you cannot pay yourself any money or use your ward's money for your own benefit or for anyone else's benefit without court approval. Now, that's not to say that this cannot or should not be done. For instance, some guardians find it necessary to cut back on their working hours in order to care for their wards and require supplemental income to make ends meet. But a special case like this will require prior court approval. In closing, I want to thank you for your willingness to serve as guardian. You brought the needs of an incapacitated adult to the attention of this court and asked to be appointed as guardian, and you are to be commended. I also want to stress that this is a serious legal appointment, which includes important responsibilities both to your ward and to this court. Always consider the best interests of your ward and make every effort to preserve both their dignity and their independence. Should you have any questions regarding your role or responsibilities as guardian, please feel free to discuss them with the probate judge in your county or with a member of the probate court staff.